I wouldn't be telling the truth if I said I hadn't taken advantage of this list. I've managed to convince myself that the majority of women are not worth it. I am aware that this might seem like a waste of my time or energy. However, I am in a position to afford it because I have a job, a house, and a car of my own. This is a condensed version of the list you were looking for. Please let me know if you have any. Being single gives me more opportunities to have intercourse. So I'm looking for a woman whose personality complements mine, while also setting her apart from the crowd. Secondly, I'm curious to find out if she has a life outside of working for my company, such as a room, a car, hobbies. And thirdly, I want to know if she understands that I won't give up my goals and objectives to win her over or appease her. I won't give up, I won't lie to you. Ever since I started using it, not a single woman has gotten past my list. I was able to avoid a number of potentially dangerous situations by avoiding these women, and as a result, I'm happy with her now. Yes, because I have to massage my palms so frequently, my hands are getting better, but not in the way that you might think is unclean. I want to get to the point now, which isn't her chest anymore. Does she have anything? There is a double standard at play here, since women want men to have jobs, yet men are terrible candidates if they require that women have more than $1,000 in savings. This is because women want men to have jobs. One of my friends told me that another woman made fun of him for not driving the most recent model of car, despite the fact that she does not even own a car and still has the audacity to do so. I believe your checklist is practically useless because you have a makeup-covered vanity credit card with debt, no assets, student loan debt from a pointless marketing degree, no cooking skills, and possibly a child from a previous relationship. She probably relies on her employment. If she has a retirement account, she probably relies nothing on your list that I would change. When my friend's boyfriend goes on dates, he notices that many of the women do not have any assets while he has more than $500,000. So he confronts them and inquires as to what value they provide to the relationship. In response, one woman pledged to take care of his funds and construct him a home. He says he has already won and doesn't want the woman to force and relocate into his basement or garage as she moves in with another man. A man who reached out to us stated that when his friends learned about his dating checklist, they accused him of being a psychopath. The man was surprised by this response, as his friends believe that since he had the things they wanted and was dangling them like carrots in front of them, he was engaging in more sexually charged and personal activities and would eventually fall in love with them and give it to them. You mentioned in your questions to me that some of your friends thought you were a psychopath when they learned about your dating rules. I had no idea that in today's society a man with standards is equivalent to a psychopath. A woman with high expectations, on the other hand, is simply being cunning. You are being too demanding, and I have no doubt that both men and women are telling you to man up and make a sacrifice for the good of the group. They are also envious of the fact that you have more sexual encounters than they do, that you have more freedom, and that your money continues to grow while they are locked up at home paying a hand beast to perform all of their needs because you make more money than they do. As a result of the fact that you make more money than they do, they are also jealous of you. I honestly cannot and will not do this because they will take advantage of their resources. They will use anything, including the family car, as cockroach bait, and then later they will try to entice a man into their houses so that they can have sexual encounters with him on occasion. Women often have the misconception that residing in a man's home will be similar to residing in a roach motel, and that they will not be allowed to leave. Nevertheless, most men will simply evict their female guests. When one of my friends went on a date with a woman who said she planned to get married in a few years, work as a secretary, and buy her own house, he asked her about her strategy for attacking. She didn't own a home, and the one car she did own was almost always brand new. She frequently owed money and had an outstanding balance on her credit card. The hilarious part is that real estate is really expensive where I currently reside. A normal detached home costs something in the neighborhood of $1 million, even if a man has a mortgage on the house. He has a possession that has appreciated in value as a result of his ownership, much like financial accounts like Satan's accounts. While her stock is declining and his is soaring, most women are obsessed with their bodies, which, like sofas, chairs, and other furniture, depreciate in value over time when unused. Women could bring depreciating assets to the table, but they think a hostile merger will save them from going bankrupt. The few women I've met who have been able to save hundreds of thousands of dollars all seem to have been beaten with an ugly stick that women couldn't rely on males to save them with something they were fully aware of. Instead, they focused their efforts on making savings for their individual retirement accounts. Even though the likelihood of this happening is extremely small, the majority of women believe that they are attractive or pretty, which gives them hope that they will be saved.